Okay, we're going to go look at problem solving, and we're going to start with problem 14a. You going to follow along as I read. It says, an electrician worked on several jobs in 3 weeks. He worked 37 jobs the first week. He worked 49 jobs the second week. He worked 58 jobs the third week. And the question is, how many jobs did the electrician work during the second and third week combined? So, first step when I'm doing these problems is I go ahead and I underline the question. So I'm going to underline how many jobs did the electrician work during the second and third week combined. So I'm going to box in some information. It's asking me about the second week. I'm going to circle some information. And it's asking me about the third week. And I am going to box in some information that looks interesting to me. A lot of times when I see the word "and," it means that we're going to add, so we're going to add this and that, and the combined is also a key word. Okay, we could have even wrote this sentence without the word combined, and it still would have worked. How many jobs did the electrician work during the second and third week? And you can put a question mark right there, and it's still a complete sentence. You wouldn't even have to have the word combined in there. They just put that word combined in there to maybe help you out a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to circle the important information in the statement, the information that I need. So it's asking about the second week, which was 49 jobs, and the third week, which is 58 jobs. And this information right here about the first week is not important, so I can put a line through that one. Don't need it. So I'm going to write the problem down here. The problem is 49 plus 58, because I'm going to combine them, 58. Draw me a line right there, and an addition sign right here. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to draw a pictorial model or draw base 10 blocks to solve this, and this is what it'll look like. I would go model the 49, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, and 9 would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then 58 would be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 8 ones would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So, in the ones place, anytime I'm adding something to 9, it's going to be larger than 10. So I'm definitely going to have to regroup in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and regroup with my blue. I'm going to take all 9 of those and one more of these, and that will be 10. And I'll add this to my tens place. And what that looks like over here is, well, also I'll go to circle, and that looks like I have, looks like 7 left there. So what that looks like over here in my standard problem is 9 plus 8. I know 9 plus 8 is 17. I'll put the 7 in the ones place and regroup the 10 over the tens place, just like I did here. I got 7 ones, and I regrouped one more 10 over here. Okay, now in the tens place, I'm going to count the tens. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, I cannot put 100 in the tens place, so I'm going to regroup. I'm going to move that over to the hundreds place. And it doesn't look like I have any tens left there. What that looks like right here is 10 plus 40 is 50, and 50 plus 50 is 100. That's 0 tens and 100. So same thing here. I don't have any tens left here, but I do have 100. So in the hundreds place, I just take my 100 and bring it down. That looks like 107. I take my 100 and just bring it down, and that appears to be 107. So I know that 49 plus 58 is 107. Let's go and look at the next problem. Scoot on down here. Okay. 14b. So it says, 3 boys counted the number of baseball cards they each had in their collection. Bernard had 56 cards, Leo had 68 cards, and Yashim had 73 cards. How many more cards does Yashim have than Bernard? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to underline the question, make sure I understand what it says. Probably reread it. How many more cards does Yashim have than Bernard? Okay, I see it's asking about Yashim and Bernard, so I'm going to circle that information. And I see the word how many more. I'm going to box that in. Most of the times, how many more? Whenever I see that in a question, that means I need to figure out what the difference is or subtract. Also, I see the word than in there. Than is a comparison, and when I'm comparing, if I'm comparing how much more of something, that's subtraction. So this sounds like a subtraction problem. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick out the information that's important. Bernard's cards is 56, and Yashim's cards is 73. Okay, I want to show you something really quick. The way the numbers are orientated in the problem, you got 56 on top and 73 on the bottom. A lot of third graders, beginning of third grade, even second graders, they struggle with this. They just kind of look at the numbers and they start putting them down, and they'll probably do something like this. They'll say 56 minus 73, and they'll do like this. I'll say 3 from 6 is 3, and then the difference between 5 and 7 is 2, so that means he's got 23 more cards. I bet you if he's doing a multiple choice test, your first answer choice, A, is going to be 23, okay? But that's not how we do it. Whenever we subtract, okay, we always put the big number on top. So Yashim's number is 73, and Bernard's number is 56. So what this is going to look like, do my subtraction problem, subtraction sign, and I'm going to model this. So 73 minus 56. So 73 is going to look like this. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 3 would be 1, 2, and 3. So I'm not going to model my bottom number. I'm just going to take away 6 from the ones place. I'm in the ones place, so I don't have 6 there. That means I got more on the floor, so that means I go next door and get 10 more. So I'm going to take 10 from my tens place. I'm going to take one of my tens and I regroup in blue. So I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to move it to the ones place. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So now it looks like I have 13 ones. What that looks like over here is I got more on the floor, go next door, get 10 more. I take one of my tens, that's going to leave 6 tens, just like I got here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. And then I'm going to move that over to the ones place, and that's going to give me 13 ones. I got 13 ones here. So now I can subtract 6 from 13. So I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I took 3 from that 10, so it looks like there's going to be 7 left. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That looks right. 7. And when I subtract right here, 13 from 6, or I mean 6 from 13, if I take 6 from 13, I know if I take 6 from 12, that would be 6. So if one more would make 7, or if I counted up from 6 to 13, that would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, the difference is 7. So I'm going to put 7 right here in the ones place. And then in the tens place, I've got 6 tens left here, and I need to take 5 of them. So pick that one. I'm going to take 5. I'll take all these. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Looks like I have 1 10 left. Looks like I got 17 there. Same thing right here. 6 minus 5 is 1. So the difference in the amount, how many more cards Yashim has? He has 17 more cards than his friend Bernard. Let's go ahead and we're going to talk about 2D shapes. We worked with 2D shapes a little bit yesterday. Kind of took and counted the sides and counted the vertices. Today we're going to just talk a little bit about the vocabulary of 2D shapes. And the 2D shapes that we're going to talk about are going to be polygons. And a polygon is a closed figure with 3 or more sides. And the sides are also straight. They're all straight sides. So if it has a curved side, it's not a polygon. We have parallelogram, which is a type of quadrilateral. And parallelograms have opposite sides parallel to each other. That means if you extend them out, they won't touch. Quadrilateral is just any 4-sided polygon, pretty much. Any 4-sided polygon. So these are actually parallelograms. And if we count the sides, that tells us what type of parallelogram it is. But congruent means same size, same shape. You can see both these shapes are the same size. Vertex or vertices are basically the corners. They're basically the corners where 2 lines intersect at, form a vertices. Okay, we'll scoot up a little bit here. Parallel, we already mentioned parallel. I've got an anchor chart over there next to my desk talking about these 2 terms, parallel and perpendicular. Parallel are 2 lines that never intersect. So if you extend them out, they're on the same plane, and no matter how far they go, they never intersect, and they're the same distance apart between them. No matter where you measure at, they're going to be the same distance apart. And that's parallel, like parallelograms have parallel sides, rectangles have parallel sides, rhombi have parallel sides, squares have parallel sides, so we're going to talk about parallel a lot. Perpendicular. Perpendicular are 2 lines that intersect to form a right angle. So squares have perpendicular lines, rectangles have perpendicular lines. Anywhere you have a corner where 2 lines intersect and make a right angle look like the corner of your paper, the corner of your paper has 4 perpendicular lines, 4 lines that intersect to form right angles. So that's what perpendicular means. And you'll see those terms the rest of the time you're in school. Okay, and this is like a flow chart for quadrilaterals. Quadrilateral is any 4-sided shape, any 4-sided polygon, we say. And trapezoid is a type of parallelogram, or is a type of quadrilateral because it has 4 sides and they're straight and it's closed. Okay, but they only have 1 set of parallel sides, or exactly, we say has exactly 1 set of parallel sides right here. Only 1 pair of parallel sides. And parallelogram has 2 sets of parallel sides. And if you look below a parallelogram, a rhombus and a rectangle and a square are also considered parallelograms because they have opposite sides that are parallel. Okay, the only difference is with a rectangle and a square, where the lines intersect, they form right angles. So a rectangle has 4 right angles and a square has 4 right angles. 4 angles that if you measured with a protractor would be 90 degrees. And rhombus, a square is also considered a rhombus because a rhombus is a quadrilateral with equal length sides. So a square is a rhombus too, or rhombi, okay, because it has all sides are the same length. The only difference is a square has the perpendicular lines, or the right angles, has 4 right angles. So that's kind of the basis of that. Now you have an independent exercise you're going to work on. Okay, it is covered by the sheet, the title of it. Okay, the title is Two-Dimensional Figures. Two-Dimensional Figures 2. So what you're going to do is you can go through here and label what the two-dimensional figure is. So you name it right there. And if there's you have the paper that I handed out to you that you're going to put inside your journal. Actually, I didn't tell you. The paper, this paper right above here, that's right above here, you're going to put that inside your, not your journal, but inside your folder in one of those sheet protectors. You're going to put that inside of there. And then you can use some of that information there, or the anchor charts that's throughout the room. I've got an anchor chart over there by my window. I've got a couple anchor charts on the board you can look at to classify these shapes or name them. And you're going to write down what it's called, the name of it, the number of sides. You count those the same way we did yesterday. Number of angles, which is basically the vertices. And I'll just do a quick example right here on this one, how you do it. We put hash marks. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4 angles or 4 vertices. And list a characteristic. You can use this paper. This paper is going to be very helpful for you that you have inside your folder. It lists all the characteristics of the shapes. You just need to pick one. So like on this one right here, I picked has exactly one set of parallel sides, or only one set of parallel sides. Square. You see the square? The square, you name it right there. It's got 4 sides, 4 angles, and I wrote down one of its attributes. It's got 4 congruent sides. And I'll show you one more. Oh, and you got to draw right over here where it says congruent shape. Basically, I want you to draw that same shape over here, so you understand what the word congruent means. Congruent means same size, same shape, which what it says on that paper that you have. Congruent, same size, same shape. Going to scoot up. I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to have you work on the rest on your own. So this is a pentagon. It's a pentagon, and has 5 sides and 5 vertices, and 5 angles. I listed its attributes as having 5 vertices, and I drew it over here. I drew the congruent pentagon here. I didn't really draw it. I copied it, but I drew it, and I turned it a little bit. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the same orientation. It just has to be the same size and same shape. So if I measured it, that would be the same size and same shape of this pentagon right here. So I want you to go ahead and work on the rest of the problems on your own. So go ahead and pause this video, and when you get done doing it, you can use the video to help check your work. And go ahead and get started. Okay, hopefully you're done. We're going to use this to look at to see how we did. So we already talked about the first 3, trapezoid, square, pentagon. Okay, the next one is a rhombus, 4 sides, 4 angles, and I drew a rhombus right there, or copied it. And I said it's just like a square. It's got 4 congruent sides. Octagon, okay, has 5 sides, 5 vertices, 5 angles, and the characteristic I wrote for it has 8 vertices, which is the same thing, isn't it? And I messed up on that. This should be, change that. Let's change that while we're here. Delete. Delete. So it's going to have 8. So 8 sides and 8 angles. So let's go ahead and look at 6. 6 is a parallelogram, has 4 sides, 4 angles, and on a parallelogram, the attribute that I picked about it has opposite sides are parallel. So this side is parallel to this side, and that side is parallel to that side. Number 7, a hexagon, is 6 sides, 6 angles, and the characteristic I said for it is 6 vertices. And I copied a picture of it right there, same size, same shape, congruent. Rectangle, next one's a rectangle. Rectangle has 4 sides and 4 angles. And on this one, opposite sides are opposite congruent sides. So it means the opposite sides of this are the same length. Opposite sides are the same length. So congruent means same length, same size, same shape. So this side's the same length as this side's the same length as that side. But there's other attributes. It's got 4 perpendicular angles or 4 right angles. And this is another rectangle right over here. Triangle, 3 sides, 3 angles, and the characteristic I said for it is 3 vertices. And this one happens to be a right triangle because it has a right angle right there, and we'll talk about different types of rectangles later on. And this one's a quadrilateral. If you wrote it's a trapezoid, it is actually a trapezoid also. Okay. And because it has 1 set of parallel sides right there. But it does have 4 sides, 4 angles, and 4 vertices. And that, just like that trapezoid right there, But a quadrilateral is has 4 vertices. It's an attribute of a quadrilateral. And the next thing we're going to look at is a sheet that we started on yesterday, and we're going to finish it up today. And it says, how many blue crayons are in the box? So we go to blue. That looks like 28 blue crayons. So that would be answer choice C. And then we'll look at the next problem. And this is, by the way, this is skills 14 that we're working on. Okay, and this one says, how many colors have fewer than 20 crayons in the box? So we go up here, fewer than 20 crayons. Okay, that one has 20 crayons. The yellow is 20, but it's not fewer than 20. That means less than 20. That would only be one color has, that's what we double check next. How many colors have fewer than 20? And that would be, there's one that has fewer than 20. If you looked at it, you might have said, okay, well, there's 3 right there. That's less than 20. Or you might have said that all of them are less than 20 if you just count the crayons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 4 of them. Okay, but the fact is that in Mrs. Payton's crayon box on her desk, there's only one color that has fewer than 20 crayons. So that would be answer choice F. And let me circle that. Answer choice F. Okay, today, as soon as you get done filling out your paper that you have there, I want you to go ahead. I'm going to have you working on social studies next for Tuesday. It's in Schoology, and you have a paper also in your cubby, and we're going to be talking about Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin. I'll show you real quick how to get there. Okay, we'll go to Schoology. And we'll go to Courses, go to Social Studies, and we're in the first 6 weeks still. And we're in week September 12th through 16th, and today is Tuesday. And we're going to be talking about Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin. There's a video about it. You can watch the video and listen to it. It's the same thing as what you're printed on your paper right there. And then you're going to answer these questions right here in Schoology. After you get done with that, I want you to work on missing assignments or failing assignments. That's going to be really, we're getting towards the end of the 6 weeks. We only got one more week left in the 6 weeks. And I want you to spend some time getting caught up. Progress reports are going home soon, and you want to have all your work done. Because if you don't have it completed, it's a 0 in Skyward. So make sure you get all your missing assignments done. So I want you to check math, science, and social studies. So I would check math first, but you check that by clicking on Gradebook. And when you click on Gradebook, it'll list your assignments. So I'll pull up a student so you can see what it looks like. So if I click on grades, I can see assignments if there's a blank spot next to it. Okay, that means that assignment is not completed yet. So you're going to look out beside the assignments. We're not worried about this down here, none of these. That's progress report and second 6 weeks. Not worried about those. We're not in that area yet. So you're just looking under right here, all the assignments that are listed, see if there's any blank spaces. If there's some blank spaces, then that means you're not done. Or if there's a grade less than 70, you have 2 chances to fix it. So you can click on the assignment, do it again. You can watch, I definitely watch the video again associated with it, or pull out the sheet that's associated with it. If you want to see it, you can click the folder directly before the assignment. So that one's in the Tuesday folder right there. And then you can watch the video of the assignment and then redo it again. I would definitely also look at how you answer the questions. You can click View. The second attempt you probably did, well, Hopefully you haven't done it twice already, and you can see how you answer the questions. It'll show you, okay, question number 1, I picked the last one. Make sure you at least do better than what you did the first time. You want to do better than what you did the first time. And if you look at the questions, you can, when you watch a video, you can pick out, okay, well, what is the exchange, or what is the exchange or send information and ideas called? And you pretty much got the answer to that one right there, because it shows you. But you can watch a video and see what that's called. After that, you're going to be going to you'll have a basic facts. I'll show you where that's at. It's in this same, still in your math courses where you would have watched this video from. So, first 6 weeks, this week's September 12th, today's Tuesday, and there's the Polygon movie. I'm going to have you watch a Polygon movie too. As a matter of fact, I think the teacher's going to show you the Polygon movie. You'll have your basic facts 14, and you have another assignment called 3 add in 2 digits. That's something you can do right here in Schoology also. After you work on that, I'm going to have you work on extra math and the lessons in IXL, the recommended assignments in IXL. One thing I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at your extra math when I come back. I'll be back tomorrow on Wednesday. I'm going to look and see who all got green dots on extra math. So if you don't get a chance to do it during class time, definitely do it at home. And really on the math section on the board there, you can really do the work in any order. So I'd probably recommend doing your extra math first. So I'm going to do prizes for people who get 2 green dots for both yesterday and today. So do your best on all your work. Your parents can see your work that you do. I can see the work you do. So you always want to do your best. If you get all that stuff done, talk to the teacher. They'll tell you what to do. But like I said, do your very best. And that's all we got for today.